Welcome to Super StarCraft Bros.
Gold Wednesday.
I'm Jay.
I'm Iron Sparks.
And we have a brand new map that we've never actually seen, played on, or casted on.
Indeed.
And it's got these funky Vespene gas geysers built into them.
I mean, look at that. It's rotating.
That's really, really cool.
I could just look at this all game.
Me too, which is kind of sad. Alright, well, back over to the red Zerg player. We have a ZvP matchup for you guys, so no Terran today.
Yeah, they're overrated.
Which is always a sad day. And let's see. Who's playing?
In our bottom right corner,
You got that right, I think.
we have our red Zerg Harper.
Harper Lee.
And that's what I was thinking. And in the top left corner, we have our blue Protoss leetcake from ZOAC.
What's a leek cake?
I don't know.
Is it something actual food, or is it like an insult, or?
I don't know. Alright, so Star Station.
Star Station. I think I can remember this normal sounding name. And looking at leek cake, we actually do have a pylon on the low ground, so it looks like he's expecting to expand.
Which, you know, I don't blame him. It's a
decent sized map.
It's a decent sized map, so he's gonna have some time before a Zerg player can get. You know, I like this.
That's a good harassment cliff right there. And let's see, for Harper, droning up, normal, and Iron Sparks, of course, is obsessed with Protoss, so he's going to check out every single detail around the map.
I'm just showing you guys the stuff. You can really tell it is Protoss influence. I mean, just looking at
it's gold.
Just looking at the writing.
Really, the writing? The whole thing. It's gold and blue and technological. That is cool, though. That is cool. I like the map. It's nice having different colors for the maps instead of like the darkness that was kind of Wings of Liberty maps.
Well, you know, that was a dark time.
Yeah, it was, I guess. Alright, so we have Gateway down. Forge is already finished. The second pylon is going down for Leet Cake. We'll probably see a cannon throw down soon. This probe really doesn't like those unbuildable plates.
You know, I don't blame him.
And I got the name right on that, which is kind of exciting. And expansion coming from Harper.
Yeah, so both players are going the safe route, economic build. Expanding. You got the spawning pool down is down now. And the first
what logo does he have around his? What is that?
It's the point. There's a Mahatri logo.
What?
I
heard beeping. That was your computer, right?
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
Alright, so cannon is down.
So, I mean, very standard build, and we actually have a different icon for the Protoss player as well. Zergling's out now, probably to grab these Zelnaga towers, which are, what do you think about the placement of these?
You know...
Decent?
Yeah, they're pretty... You know, it's better than some maps. Like, why do you even have the towers?
I know, sometimes, like, they have the maps just on the outskirts of the map, and like, well, I guess if I grab these, I might be able to catch a drop or something, but... Yeah, actually no, these are scouting lings, so this ling's gonna head up right there and get bombarded by this cannon who's surrounded by his buddies called taller buildings. And ouch, there goes half his life.
Yeah, in this game, I decided to not leave the big thing on.
Yes, thank you.
I just changed it.
Did you just change it?
Pretty much.
I thought you had all your keystrokes down.
Well, I was distracted.
By the Protoss?
I don't know. Cybercore is down, however, there is a supply blockage for Harper, so he isn't able, not Harper.
But because he has two cannons down, I think he'll be okay. He's throwing down the pylon now.
And their player just droning.
Yeah, a lot of droning. Income-wise, if we take a look at the income, we do have, of course, more workers for Harper, and it's pulling about an extra 100 to 200 minerals. But Leet Cake is losing mineral production because he has assimilators down and he's pulling gas. So,
indeed, and you know the Protoss player really does rely heavily on that gas. Income.
It's pretty much required unless you're going some zealot all in the early in the game. You have to get that assimilator down early.
Zealot's the only unit from the Protoss thing that uses only minerals.
Yeah,
that's unfortunate.
Oh well, his life for ire, you know.
You know.
You always set your rally points away from the trap.
I'm looking forward to going to Ire in the next one.
Now, Ire is still around? I thought Ire blew up, or was it just, like, destroyed?
I think that was another planet.
Okay.
It's very uninhabitable.
Gotcha.
You know, go to Ire and Securus.
Didn't they, like, destroy...
It's because the Overmind was on Ire.
Yeah, they destroyed the Overmind by taking the carrier and just plummeting and throwing it into... That was Tassadar?
Was it Tassadar?
I think it was Tassadar.
What did Phoenix do? Because I know he was mentioned in the campaign.
Phoenix. Fenix, right?
Yeah.
He was a younger guy. Well, he was like 200
He was a
years old.
Protoss, right?
He was Protoss. I think he helped Jim Raynor out. I honestly, guys, I haven't played StarCraft 1 a very long time. But I think he died... Did he get killed by Kerrigan?
I don't know, because if you guys haven't played the campaign yet, just ignore us for a couple seconds. When Kerrigan rescued Raynor,
Yeah.
he said, well, like remember Phoenix, or what did Phoenix think, or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. All right, so
I'll have to go back and play StarCraft 1.
Back to non-spoilers. We have a third expansion coming from Harper and 2 starport gates.
So what do you think we're gonna see? We'll probably see an Oracle. I think that's standard now.
You know, or we could see a bunch of Void Ray, because the Void Ray is improved.
Yeah, they do have that special skill. Instead of the charge up anymore, they do have that ability that kind of overcharges the crystal, and it gives you like a time-based extra attack. Is that extra attack versus armored? Okay.
Yeah, which, you know, could be pretty beneficial if these roaches do come out.
Oh, absolutely. And of course, roaches cannot look up to spit their acid.
Mm-hmm.
So very interesting. We have additional gateways going down for Harper and not Harper, leetcake. I'm sorry, guys. And back at Harper's base, it's throwing me off again because the red name is on the left, but the blue guy is on the left, and I just hate when that. It's kind of annoying.
Tempest.
Oh, right. So double Tempest play. This will be interesting. I feel like I haven't seen Tempest in a while.
Yeah, you don't see him that often, but then again, we've only, what is this, week 2?
Yeah. Well, they're all through the beta. I don't remember seeing a ton of Tempest through beta, but I mean, I did see them more than carriers.
Yeah, which is
all right. So we have the fleet bacon down, and yeah, so kind of a stall in the game as both players macro up. I would like to see some creep spread from Harper, and perhaps maybe an expansion from leetcake.
You know, it could. I mean, there's really been no aggression at all. I mean, I know that Zerg pack was here, but I don't think it went anywhere.
No, it does look like they're either Overlords or Zerg sitting in the corner bases. Actually, I do love this. He has Zerglings everywhere. He's got Overlords. He has vision of every other expand spot to make sure that that his opponent leetcake does not expand. So this is great map control from Harper.
And even just if he does expand, he knows it happens.
Yeah, absolutely. I like that cannon on the high ground. It's definitely going to allow, because all of the units are going to get funneled into that gap right there. So those cannons are going to do a decent amount of defense. And we have another expansion on the way for Harper at this bottom middle location. And upgrades going. We have aerial attack upgrade going for leetcake, and we have our first 2 Tempests out. Do you think he's going to go like mass Tempest, or do you think he's going to augment it with a ground army?
You know, I think he is going to rely heavily on these Tempests, but, you know, of course, he does have those gateways, so he's going to have that sort of element in his army.
I mean, he did lay down a couple more gateways. I would like to see something below the Tempest, because they do fire so slow. So we will see. We do have the roach speed on the way for Harper. He has the range attack upgrade going. Carapace is almost about to finish. And finally some creep spread by this designated creep pooper. So this will probably be one of those games, guys, where it comes down to one big battle. Unless maybe leetcake decides to use the Tempest to maybe skirt around the map and attack from the empty spaces around the base of Harper.
Spire.
But we do have a Spire, so that's going to definitely equal out the game.
Yeah, I mean, Mutas, I think they do fairly well against Tempest.
Oh, yeah. Tempests are really kind of that unit that hangs out in the back. They're kind of like an aerial siege tank, where they're really just going to hang back and blow things up. Mutas are definitely going to be able to get in front of them. Mutas attack a lot faster, and you can move and micro a Muta a lot more to try and avoid the Tempest.
And Void Rays now.
All right, so mixing it up. Interesting. Maybe just because of cost?
Maybe.
I mean, he does need more gas. If leetcake is going to keep going with kind of a Sky Toss type build, he's going to need at least 2 more simulators, so he does need to expand. But he really doesn't have the army right now to push out and maybe secure that 3rd location below his main.
Yeah, I mean, he really does need it. I mean, the circle's just there waiting for him.
It's calling. I mean, it's got the fancy design, the Protoss logo. Isn't it kind of weird how the energy ball gives a shadow?
Well, you know,
That's weird.
Why not?
But That's weird.
But why not?
Wouldn't it give off, like, light?
Well, you know, when there's light, there's shadow.
That doesn't answer the question. Observer is out for leetcake now, heading south to see what his opponent is doing. What he is doing is just macroing up, and Harper's maxed out.
Yeah, I mean, now yeah, he is maxed out. That's crap. A lot of roaches.
You know, there aren't enough Tempest or Void Rays. He's going to need a lot of ground units to try and thwart this. I think Harper might be able to steamroll leetcake with this.
I mean, that is quite a number of roaches. So looking at that, that's 50
like,
roaches.
That's like a GG amount of roaches.
Yeah.
That's like, we're good.
It's really going to come down to... But the thing is, there's Tempest, Void Rays. These can't attack air.
No, they can't, but I don't know if there's enough air to really... We do have the time warp thingy, but that wall is just falling. The proton overcharge has been put on the Nexus to help in the fight.
Yeah, so just looking as these roaches plummet, 15 are dead, continuing to fall. You know, Void Ray's doing a lot of work, Tempest doing a lot of work. If he distracts these roaches long enough for them to be whittled down enough, he'll be okay.
Now he does have some Stalkers that were warped in beneath the Void Rays, which are doing a lot of damage too. This was a very intense attack by Harper. The one thing that's really gonna like just drop the ball for him, no reinforcements.
Yeah, and even then, I think he knows he has to do something that attacks air.
I mean, the problem is he does have that Spire down. He is getting a Hydra Den, but where's the Muta?
Yeah,
the Corruptors. Where's the Corruptors? I mean, he's sitting on the resources, and now it looks like the Skytoss army is gonna be able to just.
I mean, but if you think, what did the Protest player lose?
He lost the Cybernetics Core, he lost 2 gateways, 2 cannons, and a lot of units.
But there's really nothing vital. I mean, he had another Cyber. He has gateways. So
I mean, just forwards for upgrades. I mean, that's kind of it.
Forward's still there.
I don't know if he lost any probes when the roaches curved up to the natural. One. So,
you know, 200 supply, and nothing really happened.
I mean, and leetcake is still sitting around the 100 mark for supply. We got, holy hell, 34 Hydras coming.
Yeah, and those can be very dangerous, especially since he's going to be fighting on creep. He needs to do as much damage as he can and be careful.
Yeah. As soon as these Hydras pop, they are going to need to clump together, because them being in a pack is really what's going to save him from these Void Rays and Tempest.
Yeah, and he does go ahead and take out that one expansion.
As you can see, Hydras by themselves not so much, but here we go, Hydra army.
You know, this army is just gonna plummet. I mean, there wasn't a lot to begin with, but looking at all these units, it's gonna be hard for him to defend if Harper decides to push out.
Yeah, and I mean, he should push out. The last Tempest just goes down, and now this Roach Hydra army needs to make its way up to the base, and I really think with this composition, with a Roach Hydra composition, which is much more viable than Wings of Liberty, he's going to be able to steamroll this, and Mothership Cores, Void Rays, Dempest, anything like that is not going to help. What leetcake needs now is a great ground army. He would need Colossus or just some amazing micro with a Sentry.
Yeah, or Storms. You know, that
Storms would help tremendously as well, but because he doesn't have the tech right now, Sentries would be the way to go. But he doesn't really have the gas to get sentries out. He has a couple cannons down on the ground, but they only do 25 damage a bolt, and that's a lot of units.
Yeah, so just gonna look at how this falls out. A lot of units, the Hydras aren't doing a lot of damage right now, but you know, once they break through this, it's. I don't see leetcake coming back from this.
No, I mean, he does have the Proton Overcharge on the Nexus. We have a lot of Void Rays out now, which are picking off more of the Hydras than the Roaches. Stalkers on the low ground easily getting picked off by the Roaches because they have the upgrades. Looks like the Forge is going to fall, which opens up the corridor right there. Again, I don't see any units. There we go. There we got reinforcements streaming in for Harper. That's what he's going to need. If he wants to win the game here and now, he needs to stream in reinforcement.
Yeah, you know, I think he's going to be able to. I mean, there's a lot of Hydras over. The Voiders are still dwindling. And there's still the Roaches alive, too.
Yeah, and again, if he had sentries out right now to maybe force field the perimeter around the map, he would have allowed the Void Raiders a little bit more damage. That cannon on that high ground does go down, and it looks like the small pack of Roaches and Hydra are going to be able to clean up the space, and it does look like GG.
Yeah,
there is called GG. It. So we have a all caps GG from leetcake, counter GG thrown up by Harper, and a good tech switch by Harper.
Yeah, I think one thing leetcake should have done is As soon as he saw that first Hydra pull his army back.
He needed something to really counterattack. You know.
I mean, he had this Robo, but he didn't get a.
He had the Observer out, which was great.
Yeah.
Good move.
Like if he had dropped down a Robo Bay, just in case he would need it, but.
All right, well, it was a great game. I really enjoyed it between leetcake and Harper. You guys leave a comment down below on how you think it went.
Hit that like button.
Subscribe. We'd really appreciate it. Share.
Look what I can do.
Ooh. Oh, that's not cool. Could you do that consistently now, please?
I did it halfway during the game.
You're a jerk. All right. Well, good luck. Have fun, guys.
Yeah. GG.
GG. That's kind of cool.
That's what I was looking up.
Oh, okay.
Like, cause I remembered I could do it, but I didn't.